Hello, my beautiful Cancers. I hope you've all been happy, healthy, and well, guys. This is what I want to hear. Um, and let's get right into your reading. So, the first half of this video is going to be about your situation. A second half will be about your soulmate. Okay, what's going on with them, how they're feeling about you, whatever is meant to come out. Those of you who've been following me for a while, maybe those of you who are new here and you don't know, I tend to go with what I feel always. I'm purely intuitive, and I just kind of go where the energy takes me. Whatever is meant to come out comes out. Whatever I feel, I kind of just say. With that being said, now this is a general reading for Cancer, so it may or may not resonate with your exact situation. For something tailored to your specific situation, you will need a private reading. Okay, which I do offer down below. You can email me. I do offer live one-on-one readings and also pre-recorded readings. Okay. So with that being said, I just saw 111 on the timer. Let's get started. Okay. We're starting off with the Five of Swords and this Five of Pentacles. I'm getting this feeling, or maybe a storyline coming through here. It feels like you are wanting your life maybe to be a certain way. I feel like when it comes to maybe relationship, this feels like more maybe your interpersonal relationships. There's this almost energy of you feeling that maybe somebody is not there for you, or you want people in your life to be there for you, to listen to you, to support you, hear you out. Because it's feeling like, though, somebody, in a way, you may be annoyed that, or get annoyed that they do not talk to you as much as you would like. Because it feels like you're feeling left out in the cold, and when that happens, it annoys you. And that I can understand 100%. You're feeling like maybe you're left out in the cold, or you're tired of. I'm hearing like, I'm tired of me always being there for people, and maybe them not being there for me, or not giving me the same level of either attention, care, concern, however it is that this is how I'm kind of feeling this. Whether this is a specific individual who is doing this to you, or like an overall feeling, maybe you have been feeling like you've been giving too much in general, and it's kind of getting to you in a way, because it feels like I'm just on guard right now for people who I feel leave me out in the cold. Let me see. Let's see where this is gonna go. Please, dear angels, dear God, dear universe, please, for Cancer, the sign of Cancer. What is going on in Cancer's life? What's coming towards Cancer? What is going on right now in Cancer's life? Okay, there's the Empress. I love this Empress card. There's that Five of Swords again. Okay, I shuffled this, and these same cards are coming out. Six of Pentacles, of Cups. Okay. Okay. There's an energy here of a relationship. It feels like you are sick and tired of somebody. It feels like boundaries have been set up. It feels like it feels like a soulmate who okay, you seem to maybe want a commitment, a long-term relationship with emotional support, with, I don't know, I'm feeling like somebody who's, I'm hearing in my head, somebody who's there for me. You need to be there for me if you want to be in my life. Like, what is the point of a relationship if we're not there for each other? And I feel like somebody has kind of stoked your ire in a way. It feels like you are feeling like they left you out in the cold. Somebody has disappointed you. This feels like a relationship that is disappointing you. I feel this energy of one person doing all the work and another one maybe not. Or, okay, you may be like, okay, because there may be cross watchers here, but the way I'm going to say it is, for the purpose of this reading, it feels like Cancer, and feel free to switch this. Cancer feels like they are doing all the work. You know, let's say when someone needs something, right, or needs that emotional support, you seem to, or one of you seems to be there without question, without hesitation, no excuses, like for the other person. But the other one, like when it needs to be reciprocated, it feels like, I'm so stressed out with work, I really can't talk right now. Or, it's this energy of, like, it feels like a believable story, like, oh, sorry, I was sleeping. But it always feels like whenever you need something, or you're needing support, you feel like they leave you out in the cold. There's always some excuse. There's always some reason why they can't talk, be there for you, support, whatever. I'm even feeling like an energy of, I'm hearing this may be something specific for someone, like, what do you mean you couldn't show up? Because it feels like some situation where may have been like a gathering that they were invited to of yours, like maybe something you were being featured in, something that you were a part of. It could have been like I don't know, an art show, something where you were being honored, or something, maybe a concert that you were a part of, or could have just been a family gathering. But it feels like something where it's like, what do you mean you couldn't show, or what do you mean you couldn't be here? There's almost like this energy of, okay, well, when I had to work, I showed up, whether it's like work or something, because it feels just like excuses of, like, you may feel like you're fighting for this person to be a part of your life. They're giving, like, maybe too many excuses of why they can't be there. For the purpose of this reading, it more feels like it feels kind of like bullshit excuses. When they wanted you to do something, or maybe come or show up here, it feels like you made it happen. When the reverse is, let's say, like, expected of them, or, it feels like not quite so. It's feeling like you want maybe equality, equal, like, hey, I do for you, you do for me. And oh no, this feels like somebody who, you may be dealing with someone who is very ambitious, who it's more focused on their own life, and you may feel like they aren't treating you as a partner or as an equal, or showing you that, okay, I want to be your partner, your, whether it's like best friend, girlfriend, boyfriend, what it's feeling like is that there is not an equal amount of reciprocation going on here. And I keep feeling like there's something to do with like events or gatherings, you know, or like maybe when they want you to come over, you always would show up. But when you want them to come to you, there's always some reason like, oh, you know, so I'm doing this tonight, I'm doing that tonight, maybe another time. It just feels like maybe they don't clear their schedule for you where you would clear it for them, or kind of just, even if you show up late, let's say, you'll still be there. We've been hearing like, oh, you know, sorry, I have, you know, game night, I have this, I have that. But it feels like it's to a point though where I don't feel maybe you're being irrational with this. It doesn't feel right to me. It feels like when it's good for them, they do for you. When it's not, they don't. But it's at a level where I don't feel you are being irrational or being like overly, no. This is like an energy of like they're not putting in the effort, they're not making certain sacrifices. I don't even want to say sacrifice, because this is feeling more like a situation of, because it feels like an energy of, okay, yeah, well, you could have showed up if you wanted to, you know, even if you were a little late, it's fine. That's where I'm kind of feeling this. But it feels like it happens multiple times. Whether, see, work gets into it. There's like this energy of, oh, you know, sorry, I have to work. You know, and I feel like it's not the case. It feels like, not that they're not working, but it feels like, okay, even if you work, hey, we all have a damn job. I work too. And there's kind of this energy of, okay, even if you can't like stay for the whole time, if you at least show your face, that's it. Show up and then go home. Do something. I get an energy of like, okay, this feels like your soulmate now coming through. It just feels like excuses. It feels like somebody who is very focused on work, on kind of building a life for themselves. This feels though like somebody who is, right, first I just heard a name like with a D. I heard the names Daryl, Dan, Chris, Serene, something like that with an S. It could be a female too. I heard another name, Darlene. Chanel. Okay, there's an energy here though of this person feels a little like a workaholic, work obsessed, or more like self-obsessed. It feels like their actions, they're more like kind of self-absorbed, self-focused, and it feels like they're having a hard time maybe including or making you kind of a somewhat of a priority, because it feels like when they're emotionally down, this feels like someone who obsesses. And I also feel like maybe this is someone whose life is not where they want it to be, but it more feels like they make it such. Their life feels like in reality it's actually in an okay place, but it feels like their priorities are a little out of whack. Because I feel like when it's somebody who you care about, you can still, you know, let's say they're not career-wise where they want to be. This is somebody I feel 100% making excuses. Like, okay, you can still do that and show up here for an hour. Like, it's someone who's not managing their emotions and their kind of mindset properly. I feel like they're focused very much on what they don't have rather than kind of taking accountability for their choices, for their life. I also feel like there's a begrudging kind of existence of, like, I don't know, going to work, doing this, doing that. It's feeling like though they don't really enjoy their life. Like when they're down, they may shut down. Yeah, see, it feels like they shut down. Like when they're busy, when they're tired, when they're this, when they're that. There's this energy of it just, but it happens too much. They kind of are coming out as like wallowing in their sorrows. High Priestess, this person may like kind of, I feel, go into silence, where you don't know what they're thinking, feeling, what's going on. I just want to be alone tonight. Okay, that's good. You see, there's an energy of confusion. Seven of Cups, emotionally, they feel like all over the place, all over the place. But now when they want you to show up to them, it feels like you have to, in a way, like they would maybe get annoyed, like hurt, but it's different when they do it to you or to others. They seem to have a lot to say when they don't get support, but when you don't get it, it's like, oh, but I'm stressed. Oh, but I'm stressed. Oh, but these are my, they're, it's kind of like a little convoluted here. I think what I'm trying to, this person does not feel like they are consistent, that they are kind of like friend material, relationship material, like their behavior feels very antisocial. And when I say antisocial, it's not necessarily like, oh, I'm not in the mood to socialize. It's more like it's not conducive to an interpersonal relationship. It's not antisocial in that sense, like so simple as that. It's more like anti-relationship, like they want a relationship, but they don't, their actions work against it. They want the benefits of it. Yeah, I just saw 1818 on the timer. But like if the same thing, or when, or if the same thing is done to them, they'll use that as like, an ammo, or, oh, see, this is why I can't, oh my God. But when the shoe goes on the other foot, they don't like it. That's the thing. That's a little convoluted. Oh yeah, here's the Eight of Wands, Two of Cups, Four of Wands. You are looking more, see, now there's the Four of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. I get an energy here of you're giving your all, okay? Or you may have given your all. You are giving your all, like, to make this relationship work, to include this person as a part of your life, to show up, to be there, and you're like, without question. They seem to be resistant. It's an energy of like, okay, this may work for perhaps like a casual friends, even maybe for best friends, someone of a closer nature. This would not work, because I feel like They may not be totally honest, with what's going on. They don't seem to open up. They seem to be in like a kind of a self-pity kind of mindset of, okay, I'm allowed to be, it's like almost hypocritical in a way. It's sabotaging, self-sabotaging. This wouldn't even work. This feels like maybe casual friends, okay? But somebody who would have a wall up, like more acquaintances, this would work for, not for best friendship or relationship, meaning romantic relationship. They're coming out more like a fair weather friend. Fair weather, more like when they're feeling good, they're around. When they're not, they close off. When they want attention, when they want that, they're around. When not, it's like F everybody. I'm getting this energy of like they may get into these moods where it's literally like, oh, just F everybody. But it feels like it happens too much, too often for stability. It's like a kind of a one-sided view of what's fair. What's fair is fair. It revolves around them, justice, and the wheel. There's that Empress again. This person does not handle the stresses of life very well. There are ways of handling things and that are healthy and not healthy. And I feel like this person tends to shut out. Maybe even, I'm hearing like, weeks at a time or like days at a time. Weeks. It's more like weeks at a time is what I'm kind of feeling. But it feels I swear, it's like they go back and forth between, like, this is what a single person does, or like someone who is not in a relationship or does not want a relationship. This is not how you keep friends, how you maintain relationships at all. It's like an energy of single, what they call like self-sufficiency. No, it's like, and I feel like for their own ego or for their own sense of, to kind of justify what they do, they'll use it as like, oh well, I'm just being self-sufficient. No, you're just running from relationships. It feels like they kind of twist it for their own benefit. They twist something. It's like twisting positive quotes or, relationship rule, but something to fit their own, like positive qualities, but they're warping it into something that it's not, to kind of suit their own needs or justify their own behavior. That's more what I'm saying. Let me see how to best handle this situation, Cancer. Like, let me see what's going on now. Okay, the Temperance card. Ten of Cups. This actually feels more like the other person. There's the Death card. Again, I get it. I swear, it's an energy of when they do it, it's justified. Or when they want it, it needs to be given. When you want it, there's always an excuse. And I feel here, this is your energy now, Queen of Cups. The Death card is a very interesting Death card in this deck. What it feels like is, I feel you may have even done this already. You may have kind of told them how it is. And like, no, this is not going to work. I don't feel the way this relationship is going, it is not conducive to something stable, something long term, something reciprocal. It's very convoluted on their end. They're too wishy-washy. And I feel like an energy here of they need to experience your boundaries. It feels in a way like you need to put it out there, communicate it and say it, but stick to it. I think you need to tell them more how it is, but kind of walk the talk, but rather than just talk the talk, walk it. Okay, you know what? Like, okay, it's time. I feel in this connect, there's like this energy of laying down the law, putting up the boundaries for yourself. So, okay, well, I'm just giving you what you give me. It's time to play hardball. This is what I feel. You don't put in work, okay, because it's at the point where I feel maybe one, you're doing all the work, they're doing nothing. You're making sacrifices, they are not. And I feel it's not reciprocal. It's time to, I think, put a damper on it and let them do some work. But what that would mean, though, is maybe, like, I'm not going to say, like, don't look at it as like, hey, I'm going to play the game with them. It's more like, do it for the right reasons, for your kind of own good. Okay, well, no, I'm sorry, I can't make it that night. Sorry. I think boundaries are needed now with this person. I think you need to enforce them. They have to kind of see, okay, like, they can't do what they do and expect you to do this, that, and the other thing. It's not fair. The way I want to say it is, like, it's so easy to say that, like, hey, give them a dose of their own medicine. But it's not for those reasons. It's more for your own well-being. Like, I will not give to somebody who is not, like, kind of doing the same for me. Let me see their intentions for you, or like kind of where, let's see where this relationship looks like it's going to go. No, that's not it. Wait. No, this is more guidance for you now. No, I get an energy of, like, withhold. In a way, I feel you do need to kind of put the boundary up. You have to withhold now. It's until this King of Cups, whether they're a guy or a girl who you're dealing with, it doesn't matter. There's like an energy of making the judgment call, and I feel holding them to that standard. Okay, well, I'm not doing anything else. Sorry. Until they kind of step it up. but I feel like it's kind of balancing the scales, treating them not necessarily like treating them how they treat, but it's like giving the same level of effort as they do. They can't have their cake and eat it too. There's the Emperor. It'll definitely make them think, there's like an energy here of, see, you're coming out, see, you want that will, okay, there's the Tower. That will change the situation. Judgment in the Tower, it's leading towards a change in the situation. And I think by you doing that, you'll see what type of a person they are. This person seems like I'm getting like hissy fits. They may feel betrayed. They may feel this. They may feel that. It'll definitely ruffle their feathers. But I feel like they're like turning themselves into the victim when they're the one was with like that antisocial behavior. Seven of Swords. They're going to turn themselves, they're a piece of work. I think, with this kind of energy, it feels like it's maybe needed. This is not a consistent person. I get an energy of like gaslighting a little bit, like kind of projecting, because I feel like they don't like their own energy returned to them. They don't like it. And they need to understand. Yeah, no. See, we're coming back to this card now. I feel they have to learn to respect you. You can't just come up here, like take, and, you can't be there for me. No. I think there's like an energy of putting up the wall with them, and this feels like an energy of kind of you setting up kind of boundaries and them kind of getting annoyed at it, but it does feel like maybe a little period of silence of them kind of, I don't know how to say this, like turning themselves a little bit into the victim. Again, it's different when you do it, and this is what I feel. They're not understanding. It sucks, doesn't it? This person does, I do feel it. They need kind of a dose of their own medicine. They do. Let me see, having heard this, where this connection looks like it will go. Okay, there's the Eight of Wands. Two of Cups. Nine of Cups. It feels like an energy of, I feel you need to respect yourself now. They need to learn to respect you, respect your time, really like cherish the relationship. And, this feels like one of those situations where they need to value what they have. They need to learn that. And it feels like by doing that, they may start to appreciate what you did do. I think in this case, by respecting yourself, it's looking like they'll get angry, and again, there will be some silence, but you know what? You have to do that sometimes in order for respect to be shown. For people who do not give it's feeling like this is one of those situations where the feathers need to be rough, and it feels like while it may split you for like a little while, you know, or there may be like a no contact situation, it may be for the best. Because they seem to want the stable boyfriend or girlfriend, but they don't act like it. They don't kind of, I don't know. They don't seem to put out what they expect. They get angry for the same things that they do to others. I think there's like an energy of a separation followed by some communication. And it may be like in August, you know, it feels like maybe a few weeks of silence. Okay, some of you who have maybe been in this situation for a while, it could have been like for 8 months that there's like this is going on. I think if it's stability that you want, you have to put up some boundaries sometimes with people. Also, there is an energy here of kind of with that nurturing energy that you have of a Cancer, there's this energy of doing for those that you love, but keeping it 100, keeping it real, like sacrifice, like careful what you sacrifice for another. What you commit to. It's like this energy of how do I say this? If you want what you want, you know, or like a relationship, the Queen of Swords is coming through of kind of control yourself. Keep the energy between you two reciprocal. It's not to say it's always going to be 50-50, right? Some days it'll be 60-40, 80-20, right? But there must always be a balance. You can't always be the one sacrificing. I think they need to learn that lesson. All right. I am curious of their feelings for you. They seem to be, though, a little too self-absorbed. Let me see, like, their feelings for you. Five of Pentacles. See, they want your love, they want your attention, but they're too resistant. And I feel like this is one of those situations where I think they need to step it up or step out. You know, it may be difficult for you to do. This is someone who I feel, justice. They just seem to not understand that they throw hissy fits over the same things that they do to others. They definitely are, they have feelings for you. They definitely don't want to lose you, but their actions are not conducive to relationship. They feel like they're out of balance in their own life, and they have to, I feel like they need to get themselves together, honestly. Like their career, their mindset, the way they look at life, the way they handle stress, these kinds of things, and really get it together. And it's more feeling like I'm hearing the way that they handle stress, the way that they handle certain things. This is clear message for you. I think it's time to reject that behavior. The more you tolerate it, the more it'll be occurring. It can't be. And though it may hurt you, though it may hurt, it's not going to work for you, I feel. They have to learn that, no, this is not going to work with me. Or this is not going to work with Cancer. It has to be communicated very clearly. This is not conducive, I feel like, though we may love each other, this is not conducive to a stable relationship. And let me just see like a possible outcome from that again. Does feel like a period again of hurt, of I get an energy like they may come around after, but I also, again, I feel like an energy of whether it's with this person or another soulmate, whatever, you will be achieving that stability because you held the boundary. Because you up or maintain the standard for yourself. Okay? This soulmate, though, feels like they need to get out of their head. Whether they're a thinking man or a thinking woman, they're in their head too much. Okay? If they want this man or woman holding a coin, they can't act the way that they are. Okay? So Cancer, I hope this reading resonated with you. Again, if you're interested in a private reading, please email me down below. That information is in the description box. And all my love to you. Bye-bye now.